Hey, what is up guys? Ghost here with you this time talking about the Activision and Xbox or Microsoft merger. So, as you guys may have not known, or you may have known as well, Activision and sorry, not Sony, Xbox are merging into one company, or rumored to be, or in the process, whatever, something like that. And I want to talk about this topic, and how Sony is treating it like it's the end of the world when it's really not. And the fact that it just shows how unconsumer friendly Sony is. So, as you know, like, Microsoft and Sony are competitors, they don't like each other, all that, stuff like that. But I wanted to discuss why I think that Sony is being the bad person in the deal and trying to make everything about them, as usual, unfortunately. I swear it's like these companies, they go from like one being consumer friendly to one not, and then it will, and then it won't, and then it's a constant battle. And during the Xbox 360, it was like the PlayStation was not consumer friendly, Xbox was consumer friendly, and now it's PS5 again, where it's just not friendly for consumers. But yeah, so I wanted to discuss why I think that Xbox and Activision merger is not a bad thing as well. I think it's a really good thing for the gaming industry, the way that Phil Spencer is saying, where he's gonna have all these cool, like, things with it, where they're not gonna remove it from my PlayStation or something like that. They're gonna just keep it on everything and basically not having exclusivity, because that's just really toxic. I don't like that. Even when I had on Xbox, like, I just did not like it, because then I can play with my friends and be like, you know, oh look, I can't discuss with my friends. Yeah, it's so awesome, guys. That's amazing. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go through some of the facts. So, first off, Sony has 30 plus exclusive games on PlayStation. Some of them are ported to PC, some of them not. Many of them have not, actually. Whereas Xbox has about 20 or less. In all honesty, that's just on Xbox itself. Most of those original Xbox titles, and a few other ones, which, I mean, I still count, but yeah. And most of them have been ported to PC or have been co-developed with PC. That is kind of shocking because Sony doesn't do that. Sony does not do that. They just basically, like, release it, and a few years later they'll be like, oh yeah, you can have it. You can have it on PC. I mean, why not, you know? Sony also, and this is where it gets in. So they've accused Xbox of monopolistic things, having too many companies under them, when, you know, I just sent that fact there, and basically PlayStation is more of a monopoly than Xbox is, in my opinion. The thing is, they have, I think it's 20 studios under them, that, like, somewhere around 20 or somewhere in there. They've got Guerrilla Games, they have, I'm drawing a blank, Naughty Dog. They have a few major ones that make a lot of major games. That's the only thing I can think of right now, but they have exclusivity for all those titles. And the fact that they keep getting on Xbox for these little things, when these facts show that they're more of a monopoly than Xbox is just kind of insane. But yeah, let's go on the next one is, it is that you can buy games only on the PlayStation Store. So if you haven't noticed, there's no, like, little cards that Xbox and Switch has. Those are actual, like, digital games that you can buy, not on the store itself. You can redeem them on the store, but you don't have to buy them on the store itself. In my opinion, that makes it worse for everyone else, because those games can go on sale whenever they want, as long as the retailer was like, oh yeah, we can just put these for sale. On the console, who decides it? PlayStation does, or Xbox does, whoever doesn't have it. And that, honestly, is just where they can just hike up games whenever they want, because they're basically just not being held down by any other retailers, unlike the other consoles. Another option is, well, I have notes here, and one says that Xbox does the other thing, but I just didn't mention that. The other thing is that Sony is less consumer friendly with their stuff. So not only are they kind of greedy with their stuff, and they don't offer many places to buy them at, they also don't have very good compatibility where they can play PS3 games or PS2 games or PS1 games. All those games are mainly streamed. I think the PS1 and PS2 are downloadable, but PS3 is not. PS3 has never been downloadable. And that to me aggravates me because the PS5 has plenty of power to play PS3 games. Most PCs with the same hardware, like the Ryzen hardware, can run it, and that's what the Series X and PS5 are based off of, is the Ryzen architecture. And one of the things that is just kind of odd is with every console they've had like backwards compatibility, but it's just weird that they don't have it on this one. And then meanwhile, Xbox has been working on to get every game that they can on Xbox backwards compatibility. They have a lot of games. Many of my games, I'm looking at it right here, I have like Assassin's Creed Rogue, Bad Company 2, Burnout Revenge, Bully, Call of Duties, although Call of Duties, a few other ones. Let me scroll down here. Oh. So we have like just Fear, all these great games that just you cannot play on PS5. And granted, they're talking about how Xbox is going to be like this big mega corporation and they're just doing the worst thing ever, and it's just a lot of stuff that they just are saying. And honestly, I think it's a baseless claim, because it's really bad when you say that someone is doing what you are kind of doing yourself. And there's been many like studies on it and everything, and it's just kind of awful because again, they're doing it themselves. And to me, that needs to be investigated, and they keep investigating Xbox for it whenever there's nothing really, wrong with Xbox's acquisitions. Because think about it, Activision makes maybe 3 or 4 popular games like Call of Duty, Overwatch. I can't think of any other major games besides that. All the other ones like Prototype and stuff are just smaller ones. They make Rock Band and Guitar Hero, but that's long gone. Then Bethesda makes Fallout, Elder Scrolls, what else? A few other ones, but they're not as major. And PlayStation has like Naughty Dog that makes Uncharted. They make Last of Us. They make Crash Bandicoot, or used to at least. Then Guerrilla Games made Killzone. They made Horizon Zero Dawn and a few others. Then they also have Santa Monica Studios and a whole bunch of other studios under them that just make it. Oh, Polyphony Digital. They're all like under Sony, and no one sees the issue with Sony, but they see it with Xbox. That to me is messed up, and I just want to make a video on it. It's going to be a little bit shorter video, but I want to get one out for you guys. If you guys did enjoy this and like to see more, go ahead and leave a like below and comment below, as well as share it with your friends, because that helps a lot. As well as make sure to stay spooky, my friends. Good night.